Well, Storm just got off the nest, which means I have to go see the kid, even though I just got settled. There's Latte. Hi, Latte. Hi, kiddo. How's that crop? Oh, it's very full. Oh, very full. Little child. Oh, little baby. Yeah. Mommy getting some food? Sleepy. Sleepy baby. Oh, he's so sleepy. Oh, oh. Little baby. God, we are stuffed. Absolutely stuffed. All right, Cloud, I'm gonna sit down. Here we go. Whee! Gotta get the towel reoriented again. So, last night, I made a sort of last second decision. And, me and the kids had a bit of a sleepover. I brought them in, and it was getting to be about the time where they should, be transferred inside, or outside, I guess, because of, the light, and, being able to see where they're going to be able to roost, without, running into anything. Sorry, I have pretzels. And, as we were reaching that point of the night, I guess evening, where, I would say that, I should take them out because, the light's fading. They got very clingy. For instance, several times my parents came into the room, and, the kids, who usually are not very open to seeing anyone but myself, completely insisted on landing on them. Like, if you tried to push them off, not push, but have them step up and have them go somewhere else, they would just leap back on. Even my dad, who they're kind of scared of, and that happened more than once, and then they wanted to hang out, like, on me. They wanted to hang out, like, together. So, like, one on each shoulder was not gonna cut it. So one would go onto my head, and the other one would be like, well, I want to be with you, and try to leap up there, and, either shove the other one off in the process, or fail to get up there at all, which, as you can imagine, is a lot of scraping of my scalp. So I went downstairs, and I brainstormed with my mom to try to find some sort of solution for for having both kids on me in a way that would be acceptable to them while I was on the computer. And what ended up being done was, I please don't get in my pretzels. I rolled up 2 towels and I stuffed them in my shirt. And I made a baby platform in my shirt. I looked ridiculous. There are pictures on my Instagram, I think. If not, I'll check. I'll post them later. Of this situation, and the kids loved it. They loved it so much that they dozed on me for like 2 hours straight. And when I wanted to get up to leave the room, it took about 10 minutes to get them off of me successfully and to keep them off of me. Like, I would get one off and then the other one would have to be removed, and there wouldn't be enough time to get that one off before the other one got back on. So it was just this, like, never-ending cycle. But I finally escaped. And then I realized that, like, 2 hours of sleepy baby on my chest had created a similar effect that I've experienced with cats. You know, sleeping on you, which is that makes you tired. So I went to bed a little earlier than I normally do, and when I came back into the room, they were trying to roost in the one spot that I don't like them to be. So I, like, before I had left, I had set up their carrier on my desk with their favorite little washcloth in it. And, tried to be like, hey, go in there, please. And they were like, no, thank you. And I was like, no, seriously, I don't want you pooping all over my chair while you are asleep. So I ended up having to, turn off pretty much all the lights. There was a little bit of light, like, I left my speaker on, and that emits a pretty decent, amount of blue light. I mean, I'm sure the pigeons still could not see very well at all, but, you know, I'm hoping they could, you know, get some vague shapes. But, that was way easier to get them to step up and get in the carrier without, resisting too much. It was just a hilarious situation. I also found out that, you know, scritches have slowly been kind of phased out. Not by choice on my part. More on the kids' part. I think they're just, like, they're developing a personal bubble, and part of that personal bubble has to do with just, like, you know, not loving, you know, hands, I guess. Though we seem to be okay with stepping up. But we and it's not like I like, grab them all the time, you know? Like, at the most, I sort of push them. I kind of stopped grabbing them once they were able to fly. So, like, it's not like I've been teaching them, oh, I'm not gonna respect your boundaries. So, I think we're just in a phase, at least, where, we're just not, keen on hands, but I did find that I am allowed to kiss them when they are resting on me. Plum especially. If I kiss Plum on the beak, Plum, will sometimes, often even initiate a little preen back. I got that going with Banana at least twice, but Plum was definitely the kissier one in terms of me kissing them and them kissing back. I know you shouldn't probably kiss birds, you know, due to the things they may carry, but they're really cute. You know how that is. And I feel like it's not like a snake where, like, I wouldn't necessarily know it was carrying salmonella. Like, the salmonella that pigeons have is generally, like, a problem for them. Like, you get bad eggs and you know, dead in shell babies and you know, sometimes fatalities in adult birds. I mean, these are things that you tend to notice. And plus, most of the, well, I guess with the kids in here, I guess most is not actually the correct term. The Tipplers are vaccinated for salmonella, and they will be too soon as well. And either way, I don't really think they have it, because their kids turned out just fine. And usually salmonella kind of prevents that. If you keep your birds outside like me, there is definitely a risk of salmonella entering your loft. Usually through wild birds, like dropping, you know, their poop into the enclosure. Are you having some mirror time? But you know, I feel like I've got a really sort of fortunate situation where like for some reason I mean, I guess there's definitely some, you know, reasons that are identifiable. But for some reason the wild birds around here don't particularly like to hang out in the back near the aviary or on top of the aviary. So there's really not a lot of like wild bird exposure, even though we are outside and like any bird could land on the aviary if they wanted to. But I guess in terms of like, you know, theoretical reasons why, I mean, we do have this tree right here, which I imagine is a better landing spot than the wire of the aviary. B, any birds that land in there and do poop, their poop has to get through all of those leaves to get to the aviary. 3, they've got that rubber mat up there for shade, really. But that's definitely a spot that nothing's gonna come through. Plus we've, you know, the bird feeders for the wild birds are in the front of the house, and that's where most of the wild birds go, because the food's there. And some water and some bird boxes, you know? There's nothing really back here to bring the birds here, except during the summer we put up a hummingbird feeder on the deck near the window. So yeah, I know there's this really weird like limited exposure loft. Because, you know, it's 10 feet off the ground. So no way in hell anything in the dirt's gonna come up. And even if it did, and get rubber matting down, which is not permeable. And, you know, being on the deck is, great for, keeping away predators. And, yeah, I mean, I live in an area that's, very low on, columbid. We see the occasional mourning dove, but, never, ever, ever a pigeon. I appear to be the only person around here who has them. Or at least does not, who has them and does not free fly them. I am one of those, but nobody seems to be a free flyer around here. God, I just thought of this, like, nightmare scenario. Where pigeons start to show up in my house and I start to feed them because I feel bad for them. And then they want to live here, and I'm like, you can't live here. So yeah, we had a good little cuddle yesterday. It was great. They were very comfortable. They're adorable. There was much scooching and feeling of blanket. Well, it wasn't blanket. It was towel and shirt. When I was trying to get them off of me, they were so upset about it that there was, like, some distraught peeping. And I was like, guys, come on. You can't sleep on me all night. I'm quite stiff now from 2 hours of baby cuddling and having to not move at all to just not disturb the little babies. Oh, and yesterday we also, I brought them around the house for the first time. We took a little tour as if we were gonna buy the house, except much faster. We actually were not too worried, I don't think. Except for one instance where I think Plum caught a glimpse of my cat and basically tried to launch out of the carrier. And I was like, no, it's fine. But it must have been just a glimpse because they calmed down pretty quickly. Is Taco having a mirror moment? You got babies coming soon, sweetheart. How's that gonna be like? So, right now, Jesus, I got something in my throat and I can't get it out. Okay, there we go. So, hi Taco. What is it? That's my bowl. Yeah, it's where my pretzels were. In terms of, babies for the Tipplers, there's at least one sex-linked color that would definitely prove there's something fishy happening here, which is if a bird that was blue was a boy. Because, you know, we are pretty certain, at least I think I am, that, that Cloud carries blue. It's not a given. Unfortunately, nothing about them is a given besides the fact that one is a boy and one is a girl, because they have fertile eggs. So, you know, and, you know, definitely Taco who's the hen, because I've seen her lay an egg. But with the, you know, the black flecks all over, Cloud, those can be an indicator of, carrying blue. It apparently isn't necessarily always. Like, apparently some ash red birds just have that. Like, you could have boys carrying blue without the flecks, or you could have girls who are red who have the flecks and obviously aren't carrying blue. So, yeah, it's... What was that, little Zach? Hi. Hi. What's up? You ready to pause? Okay, so, yes. Okay, so the way this works is, assuming Cloud is ash red carrying blue, and, yeah. Assuming that means that he's got one Z that is red, and because it is red, and red is dominant, that is the one that shows up the most. And, if those black flecks he has are because he's carrying blue, it is, it's because the other Z is blue, and Z is, you know, it's wild type and is covered, by the dominant ash red, but it can peek through. So, if you look at pigeon chromosomes, males have 2 Zs, both of which can carry color. Females have 1 Z, so can only carry 1 color. Thus, if they are going to produce a boy, you know, hit boy button during fertilization, then they are passing along their color too. And if Taco is what she is what she visually appears to be, which is red, then a blue boy would be impossible. There's just no way we could get a boy that was blue, because if Taco is what she looks like, she has to pass down red, and red would cover the blue that Cloud could pass down. We'll definitely know if Cloud is carrying blue if we get any sort of bluebird, obviously, but it's gonna have to be a hen, most likely, if Taco is not hiding her actual color locus. Because, you know, when a hen is produced, the female passes down her W, which doesn't carry a color. So she wouldn't pass down whatever color she's got. And if Cloud happens to pass down the Z that's carrying blue, you get a blue hen. So blue Z, empty W. It's not really empty. It carries other things. For instance, like there are things that require 2 copies that are that ride on Z and W. The bar patterns are one of them. If you are barless of either gender, you need 2 copies of Barless to have it express. I believe grouse is the same way. I think crust is the same way. So yeah, there are genes that ride the W chromosome, but color is just not one of them. It just does not fit. Because the W is sort of a little like squiggle of the chromosome. It's not really much. The one problem with this this determination method is that because we could totally get a red male from what Taco and Cloud visually appear to be, we will never know if what I think happened with Taco happened to that boy. Or girl, I guess. Hi, Newt. There's just no way of knowing unless the person who gets a bird breeds them with a non-mystery bird. You know, a bird they know the genetics of. Because I think the problem is if Taco is a pseudo ash red, like has been you know, guessed at this point, and her mother was, you know, was that pseudo ash yellow that has been oh, did you scared Plum, that has been thrown about. That's that's a big old recipe for not knowing what's in there, because if Taco is pseudo ash red, that means both of her parents had to pass her an indigo gene, which means the likelihood of Cloud having indigo is I think pretty high. And I think the likelihood of him just going ahead and passing that down is is unfortunately really, really high. I don't know how many copies Cloud got. It's, you know, if his mom, you know, did have 2 copies, he at least got 1. And it's hard to say how many copies that his dad had, but his dad at least had 1. Or, you know, we are fairly certain at this point. Where are you going? And, yeah, so that means, we could have just a repeat of the Taco situation here, where we're getting what's genetically probably not red, but for all intents and purposes looks red. And you know, part of that is you know, probably due to the you can go see Daddy? It's probably due to the you know, the extra shininess that Taco seems to have for a pseudo ash red. Like, she doesn't look quite right. And you know, her dad was sort of weirdly shiny. Banana's looking at the screen. And, you know, Gimple has been brought up as a not alternative, an option for you know, what's going on with Taco. But also it may be a more unheard of modifier. Like somebody brought up a Tippler bronzing gene, which I had never heard of before. But you know, apparently is a thing. So if that's just like, you know, one of those weird little known genes, you know, floating around out there, it would be very hard to spot it and to you know, accurately point it out and know when it happens. So I think it's gonna. I wish there was a color testing service for pigeons. Like, hey, can you just tell me what colors on this chromosome, please? I would take that. You know, I don't need the details. Just give me the color. Just tell me what color the bird is. That can't be that hard, right? But that's not available, I don't think. Not that I'm aware of. So we are never going to know, I think, until somebody ends up breeding one of the kids to a non-mystery bird and seeing what comes out. If what comes out is confusing in any way whatsoever, then perhaps we will get somewhat of an answer for what in God's name happened to create this pair that should have been sex-linked, but was not. It's yeah, it's we just may never know, which I personally despise. But what are you gonna do, right? It may also turn out, apparently, that Mr. H may produce nothing but yellows and blues of dilute nature, just like Newton and Storm. I don't know if that's the case with the shield wings, if I get a hen from them, but if I get like anybody else, I think that is the case. Which Malefics figured out after a you know, a mate switch between the self white Lucernes and the you know, more hi dude, hi Newt, the more regularly colored Lucernes, you know. Hi. What is this man doing? What's this chicken doing? I can't turn the screen any further because these are my arm. Luckily there's a mirror and you can kind of see what's happening. Please don't walk on my phone. Please? He's on my hand, but we are in risky territory. Why you no focus? Why you no focus? Who is that? Oh, it was Cloud. I guess Taco won the egg time. Hi, Newt. Are you a handsome man? Are you a handsome man? Now I'm feeling nothing. Are you a handsome man? Are you handsome? Are you a handsome dude? My little chicken. My big chicken man. You're so pretty. Getting more speckles. Getting a little older, huh? Males who do carry the, or I don't know if it's females too. Males who, I just said the same exact thing. Where are you going? Okay. Birds who carry the speckles seem to have a propensity to have them increase with age. God, there's 3 birds. There's one on the back of my hand, and there's Newt on my arm, and then there's Plum right in front of me, and I can't film any of them any better than this because they're all trapping my arm in one configuration. So I'm sorry for the close-up view of Plum's tummy. There we go. Banana wants to see what Dad is up to. Yeah, that wasn't a perch. That there, not a perch. Nice try, though. Look how easily we can just stand on the ramp now. Before, the ramp was sort of a constant motion thing. Yep, there's Cloud. Sometimes you just know it's coming, you know? So I got the kids back out here at about 11 this morning, I think. They were like, yeah, okay, I guess we'll go. So clean last night. I don't know where it came from. So I'm trying to put together a calendar that other people can access to see the timelines that I've projected for the clutches. But it's actually shockingly difficult to find a suitable alternative to the calendar system I have that I can share. Because it's so color-coded, and so few softwares are just like, yeah, let me let you color-code these events to your heart's content, and no silly extra features, you know? Like, there's like, ugh. Like, Google Calendar would work if I could color-code, you know? But it doesn't let you do that, especially not to the level that I need. You know, I have like at least 12 events types. You know, like there's many of them, and just posting screenshots doesn't seem to be helpful because like you can't just like check it at any time, and have it end up, you know, accurate, and know what you're getting. You can come here. What you're getting. So like I that's what I've been doing most of the morning and afternoon has been trying to put that together. besides moving some of my waiting list. Focus on Bird, come on. To Google Spreadsheets so I can actually like look at it on my computer, because it had previously lived only on my phone, and I think that probably was it was inconvenient. That was a little neat little maneuver you just did, kiddo. No. No. We landed within my arm. You silly. You can't come over here right now, alright? This is a safe zone for the kids. Only Daddy can come over. And the kids. I love this look of him trying to understand my my protection of these children who need hazing. He's on my head now, but what's that squeak about? What? What? Poofy man. Hi, Plum. Hi, Plum. What are you doing over there? Really? We're just sort of trying out things today, huh? Hi. Ow. You scratched my hand, Plum. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't catch you. I know you're going for me. I know you're going for my lap, which would have been a better choice. You come here? Cloud, can we talk about the claw? Thank you. Slowly sliding down my forehead. Lord, I'm tired. I'm slowly getting less stiff, but it's you know, it's a long process. Where are you going? I'm concerned about where you're trying to launch yourself. Because it kind of looks like you're trying to launch yourself right at this wall. You good, Cloud? Oh, I think I'm gonna stop filming for a bit. I just want to chill. I'll restart if something cute happens. But for now, goodbye. Chicken man. We have baby action occurring. Don't mind this. It's fine. Newt is licking his wings. I think it was because of Taco, because he stopped once she got off my head. Angry. So what was that calling about, Storm? That I heard earlier. Was that to call Newt to feed the baby? Or what? Just go about your business. I'm not doing anything. I'm merely here to observe. He's so gentle with the new ones. There's none of that, like, head thrashing stuff, you know? Like, he's got a little harder now, but, like, you see him during, showing the other phases, and he's feeding them with, like, full force. But when they're young like this, he's just, like, he barely moves his head at all. just permanently mad. It's just so round. I do have to say that I can see the baby. Like, that little pink thing in the middle there, that's baby. You're letting a breeze in, guys. It says have to cover baby. I think Taco wants back on the nest. You guys are really silly. Where is her head?